anybody else. Make it make sense. Okay, I'm kind of confused. I'm glad you're here. Okay, Chappelle. I thought I read that, but I'm not understanding it. What you mean?
bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Tank moved up he moving up to fight a motherfucking boxer that ain't even box a real boxer and all this shit. But he can't move up. He only moved up to fight old boy. But he can't move up to fight nobody else. And that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
facts.
that's
And
trash. No, that
that's
no, that's
trash as fuck, right?
trash. Yeah, that's trash.
Okay, then. So you know what I'm saying. So
No, that's
only thing
trash.
I'm hearing is Devin ran and all this and all that though. But
No, no,
come on,
no, no.
bro,
That's not.
bro, hold on, bro,
That's
bro.
not. I'm
Let me
not
land, no, bro.
saying. I'm not. When I say that
I'm
about
I'm
Dev,
not
I'm
saying
not
just
saying
you. I'm
that.
just saying like, bro, that's all I'm hearing though. But at the same time, come on, bro, like keep it fair though. You know what I'm
I
saying?
do
At
keep it
least
fair.
Devin, at least no, I'm not talking about you, bro.
Oh, oh,
I'm just
okay.
talking about just in general. I'm just talking
Oh,
about
okay.
like cats be like, oh, Dev this, Dev that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh
you know what I'm saying? Bro, you know, that whole Lamont Roach fight, you know what I'm saying? What about the shit when Tank was fighting Lamont Roach and he like hit him with his shoulder and shit? What about that shit? I mean,
huh.
let's talk about that shit. Let's talk about that dirty shit that Tank did. Let's talk about all the motherfucking grease and going down to a knee and his ass should have been all that shit, brother. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, bro. I mean, come on, man.
No,
Let's
I
talk
mean
about that.
we did talked about that.
Okay, then,
Enough.
but it
That's my
seems
whole point.
I
That's my
mean,
whole
so
point.
why
The
is
era, this
it
era,
seems like
because
everything is just Devin, Devin, Devin,
not
Devin, Devin,
because
Devin,
I'm gonna tell you.
Devin, Devin.
Let me explain. Let me explain. The tank shit happened before that. It had its run right, and then I'm gonna tell you something. I said this the night of. I think people wanted to see something different out of Dev to give them hope that he was gonna whoop Ryan, and he
Okay, so
didn't
you
give
don't
them
think
that.
you don't think Dev he took a whole year out. You don't think you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He had to get comfortable back in the ring and nothing like that. You
But
can't
this
just
where
hop
you
back in the ring and
this
hold
is
on,
where you
slick.
messed up at though. This is where he messed up
Uh,
at because they start promoting that they was working with Sugar Shane Mosley. So then what did
I
you
wouldn't have
learn?
did that. I wouldn't have did that because he didn't learn it. Definitely, he didn't learn shit from Shane.
Exactly. So when you do that, we expecting something. We know who Sugar Shane is, right?
I didn't see nothing. I didn't see no parts of Shane out there, bro.
That's right. That's right. So that's why he getting a lot of flack. When you out there
So
talking
that's
about
on
we in
Shane. So
Big
Shane
Bear,
didn't do a good job.
no,
Shane
that's
didn't do a
on
good job.
that's
But you
on
know what I heard though?
no
You know what I heard
no
after that fight? I heard
Shane
Shane was
said that
talking
wasn't on
bad.
him. Yeah,
Shane
Shane
was
said that
talking
wasn't on
bad
him.
about Dev after that fight, right?
No, he was talking about his daddy for real.
Shane
He
was
was he was saying
Shane
his
was talking
daddy
about
switched that
Dev
shit up.
too,
Cause Shane said that
huh?
ain't shit what he trained him on. Like that ain't what they worked on. Like that shit right there was not it. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I don't even care about that because that's all after the fact. What I'm saying is,
Right.
if you trained with Sugar Shane Mosley, if you
That's supposed to be
never
a big
brung that
deal, like that.
right, right, but if you
Right.
never brung it up, if you never brung it up, that level of expectancy would not been on you
Right.
like that.
If,
You get what I'm saying? But they
and
brung it
and the way
up,
Bill did it, like,
and then
oh
he
yeah, we
brung
got
it
a
up like,
secret weapon and show this. Right. All that shit. That
yeah,
shit was like, come on, man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you
And
know what I
so
mean?
when you so
Slick. You
so
know
when
I'm
you
fair
bring
across the board, bro. You
right,
know what I'm talking
right,
about? You
right,
know me.
right. So when you bring that up, and then we see what
Yeah.
we saw, it's like, what the fuck is this, bro? Y'all, and you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it was fresh too, because like he
You
said
know,
that
make it look
like two
like, you know
weeks
what I'm saying?
before the
Devin,
fight.
you know what I'm saying? Add more tools in his toolbox. That, you know what I'm saying? You know, all the shit.
And you heard what I said before the fight. I said I want to see if he got his feet together and some head movement.
Me too.
I
Yo,
You know,
Pill.
that's I kept saying it.
but ain't that what I said to you, Slick, though? I was like, bro, maybe it's ring rust, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Didn't I say that to you? You
It
know
could,
what
but
I mean?
once you say you got
You
you still
took a Shane
you
in
should
there.
Shane in there.
Yeah, he supposed to, you know, right.
Some was supposed to
I,
translate or
what,
let me
exactly.
even if it was ring rust, I didn't even see you trying anything. You
Or
understand what I'm
maybe
saying?
Deb just got in there. Deb just got in there, was like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Shell shock.
I
Pill.
ain't doing that.
I
Pill.
think it's
Pill.
PTSD.
Look, Pill. There's no question that Devon is a big name in boxing. So let's take his boxing skills out of it for a minute, right? Because he's a big name, no different to Tank, no different to Tio, no different to Loma, no different to Bud, no different to Canelo. Just hear
But
me out.
DJ, you know what I see though?
But
You know what I see? I
hang
don't mean
on,
to cut you
just
off, DJ.
Hold on, hold on, hold
let
on.
me
Let
Okay.
him finish. Let
Okay.
him finish, Chappelle.
let me land the plane here, Pell.
Go ahead. Land that thing.
He divides fans because of his name, right? His name is big enough that he's going to divide boxing fans. And I put it to you that I don't believe that Devon gets any more negative press than he gets positive press, or more negative press than Tank gets or Canelo gets. It's just you're a little bit closer to it, pal.
No, it
Like,
ain't about that, DJ.
okay,
It's not about that with me. It's really
okay.
not.
Let me
I,
ask you this, Pell.
yeah.
What you saw that night, did you expect that?
No, I did. Slick, I told you that, bro.
Okay, I just want for the people to understand, because they'll take this conversation and think like you just like
Yeah,
like
bro, you know,
saying
you
what
know,
was
I don't
going
care
on
about
was
what the
right.
people think, bro. You know me, bro. You know
Right,
me and you. You
right,
know what I'm saying? It
right,
ain't biasness though. It's just what I see. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, bro, they crucified Devin. They crucify him. You know what I'm saying? They don't give. They don't give these other boxers, especially y'all faces of boxing. You know what I'm saying? The little nigga that won't move up. That's what I call him.
Right.
And it's okay.
No, it's not okay.
But the little nigga that won't move up,
If he don't want to
or the
move
little
up,
cat that won't move up.
if he don't want to move up, it is okay. But if he
No,
moves
it's
up to
not.
fight Jake
No, it's not though.
Paul,
But he moving up to
no.
fight
Listen
Jake
to me.
Paul.
That's what I was going to say. Let me finish. If he does not want to move up, it's perfectly okay. All right, because he makes
Why?
the weight with no problem. But if he goes up to fight Jake Paul, you
That's
just
the problem.
extinguished all of that. That's
Big-
where the problem
That
starts.
that's all I'm saying,
If
bruh.
you're willing to go fight a heavyweight, a
It,
light heavyweight,
it's the
you,
hypocrisy.
yes, yeah, right. You're a hypocrite at that point. It's
That's
just
all
like
I'm
there's
saying.
no different than what Shakur just said on the Breakfast Club, bro. He said he'll go to 154 and fight fucking Conor Ben, bro. But you just told the world you're not gonna never leave 135. I'm not gonna fight my brothers. I'm not gonna go. Hell no, I'm not going to 140 or 146. Dude, I forgot what it was. He said it was too big. But you go to 154 fight Conor Ben.
Yeah, that's
Like
kind of
they that's why I said this generation. And Chappelle, you know, when we was kids, we couldn't roll like we was taught say what you mean and mean what you say, because people
facts.
gonna hold you to it. My
That
grandma said
absolutely
people got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a fucking reason. You see
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
We hear this shit. So when I hear, and it's like, and then you say something different, it's like, damn, I could double back. Like, damn, just about a month ago you said X, Y, and Z. You get what I'm saying? But if I
Right,
bring it up in this day and age, it's like I'm wrong for saying that. You know what I
right.
mean? No, I'm not wrong. You need to mean what you say. Like, for
And I
instance,
was
I'm gonna give you another thing. Hold on, I'm gonna give you another thing. You know why people gravitate to Keyshawn the way they do?
no
The 2 bad performances Keyshawn had. What did Keyshawn say after the fight?
shit, bro. I don't even remember right
He
about now. To
said,
be
"My
honest,
bad. I apologize. That was not my best performance. I should have stuck with it." Like, he owned it
I mean, yeah, I get that. Yeah, absolutely.
instead of pretending like he the shit and his ass don't stink. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus, when Dev got on the internet that night, he got on there roasting fans and saying like, y'all just this, y'all that. Bruh, those are your fans.
I don't
Those who
condone
are
that.
buy your tickets. Those are
I
the
don't condone.
people. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's like, okay,
Oh,
why
so my
go at the
stream yard
fans?
messing up.
Right. What'd you say?
So my stream
You there?
yard tripping, bro. Go ahead, my fault. Go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. No, I'm saying that. Now, I'm not mad what he did, because each man got their reach for doing what they do. But what I'm
Right.
saying is for his business, right?
Yeah,
It's the
that's not
type of
good for
shit I
business.
want to do in business, but
Right.
it
But
ain't proper business. You understand what I'm
no, no.
saying?
Yeah, that ain't good for business. What he did, though. And I admit that.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
me?
Like,
Yeah.
he could have told his fans, like, yo, yeah, what the best performance, yo, but my next one, man, I promise y'all, it ain't gonna be shit like that. And I
Right.
swear to God, the next day, people would have relayed his message and be like,
And
okay,
they would have
who's,
understood where he
and
was
guess
coming
what?
from, or they would have, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
gave him a pass or whatever.
right. And
All
guess
right.
what? It'd been sort of a pass, and then you know what everybody video would have been? What's next for Dale? Who is he gonna fight next?
Yeah, I admit that wasn't a good look, bro. I meant
Yeah,
that.
so that's why, like, you know what I'm saying. And my thing is, these kids today, they can't they. It's like me and you came up. We came up with the Gatorade shit. Like Mike, I wanna
Yeah,
be like Mike. Everybody
yeah,
want to be like Mike. We was out there imitating this motherfucker and don't know if we'll be like him and all this shit, right?
right, right.
These motherfuckers, as much as they had Earl and all them behind them, these motherfuckers still looked at what quote unquote we
Floyd,
call Michael Jordan, the motherfucking in the 90s on up, which was Floyd, right?
right.
But they look at Money Mayweather, they don't look at Pretty Boy
Pretty
Floyd.
boy,
They
right.
don't look at
I,
the work. They don't
right,
look why they don't. If you looked at the body of work of Floyd, you would understand why Floyd was able to talk the shit that he talked because he walked the walk already. He what they say, you got to pay the cost to be what? The
the
fucking
ball,
boss. He did
absolutely.
that. But these kids want to skip that. So they want to look slick. They want to have the offense, which they be having, but they don't have the defense. And they don't understand. It always was that debate about Mayweather where is his defense, is it his offense, or is his offense his defense? But see, when you that goddamn good, you can make it look the same.
Right.
And
But you know
these
what I hate,
kids
bro?
have offense, but they don't have the
The
defense,
deep.
bro.
But you know what I hate, bro? All these young fighters, you know what I'm saying, trying to do the Floyd. It's just like Steph Curry. All these little kids trying to shoot the three. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just,
That
they fuck. It's just, hey, you might as well say
that's what I
Floyd.
said. I said that yesterday.
Floyd
I
fucked up
brought
the
it up
game.
yesterday. Yep, I brought it up yesterday. Fucking motherfucking college. No, the NBA fucked up. The NBA fucked up. What people don't know, Curry been doing that. You out there from the Bay, bro. You know.
Yeah, for
Curry
sure.
been
Yeah, I'm
doing
knowing.
that shit. Before fucking Golden State got hot the way they was, Curry was already doing that before he fucked his ankles up, bro.
He was doing that, and then when he
He
got
was
hot,
already doing that. And then when the
right,
team got hot, the world saw it. You get what I'm saying? The
right,
NBA
right.
fucked up, want to run it like fucking college, bringing all the Europeans in, changing rules and shit, and everybody just shooting shit, taking the center from under the basket. This motherfucking
Yeah,
fucking 7 feet tall shooting 3 pointers. Bitch, get your ass
shooting
under
three
the rim.
pointers and shit. Don't
But
even
it's the
go to the
same
paint
thing.
no more. You know what I'm
I
talking about? Right.
digress. But it's the same thing.
Same thing, bro.
Floyd showed a pattern, right? But the guys who came after him, these little dudes and all that shit, they only seen the later half of him. They don't care to go all the way
Right.
back to his first fight and see the shit he went through with Chop and so on and so forth. Diego Corrales. Those fights was meaningful. The Diego Corrales fight wasn't just to beat Diego Corrales. The Diego Corrales fight was to show you I told you so. You should have made me main
Right.
event, bitch. You kept me on this
It
fucking
was a step
undercard,
up
you
fight.
dumb
Right.
asshole. Right? No,
Right.
remember he had left. He left Top Rank, right? Got himself out the contract. He fought Diego Corrales, right? And that fight was
Right.
meaningful because remember Diego
Yeah, yeah.
Corrales was Top Rank kid. He was the number one kid on Top Rank. Floyd
Yeah,
wanted
he
to
was the
be the
face of top right
number
there
one
at that.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
And he doubled
yeah.
back and
Diego
said,
was
I'm
the
gonna
face.
beat this motherfucker. He said, I'm gonna beat this motherfucker. And you know what? Now I beat him, bitch. I told you so. But see, these kids don't know.
Right.
They just looked at it like it was a good fight. It was more than that. So that what I mean by when I say that, explaining that was fucking hard. Floyd didn't have to do that.
Not at
That
all.
was the heart saying that nigga, I'm number one. And as long as this dude
Right.
standing, they not gonna never look at me. I gotta get this motherfucker out of here. And
And
quite
that's
sure,
what he did.
Diego was dangerous. And he dog walked him.
Yeah,
He dog
easy.
walked him. So that's what I'm saying. So like this generation, from me, I only can speak for me, why they get so much flack is because they talk with the mouth of Floyd. When I hear all the shit talking, I think of Floyd. When I see how they posture in the ring, it's Floyd. When I see all their movements, even when they take a step forward, it look like fucking Floyd. But you motherfuckers left one key thing. If you really study your idol, his defense was his offense. He was the king of pull counters,
Facts.
bro. He was the
Facts.
king of it, countering. It was a reason he had feet all the way till he got old, and then he had to start standing still. But when he started standing
So
still,
he
you
had
saw
to
how Sugar Shane rocked his ass.
exactly.
So I tell you right there, even Floyd knew his time was coming up. That I gotta get the fuck out the game. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So like
Absolutely.
when I criticize these boxers, I criticize to make them better, bro. You've been on here long enough from when I was on here saying that I was on here with Cambosa, when he was Cambosa before that shit, everything. And no one thing I said, this boy got the sharpest jab in the fucking game. He go a long
And then
fucking
they
way in no
give,
stick
hey, bro,
boxing.
and didn't they give Dev the hardest time to be champ?
Yeah, but I did not
The
stick
hardest,
with him.
yeah, for sure.
But I'm starting to see him fall into his own height.
Hey, he that's on him to get up out of there. I mean,
He
to get up
got to
out of
get
his
out
own
of that
height.
hype. He got to get out of
Exactly.
that.
He got to get back focused.
I was
I
just
mean,
like maybe 4 weeks ago. These, if you could remind me, maybe it was like 4 weeks ago or last month. Somebody was saying that, talking about Dev can't knock nobody out, this, that, and the third. And I was like, okay, and what the fuck that mean? And then they kept going on. I said, you know what the fuck Sweet Pea Whitaker is?
hmm,
Sweet Pea Whitaker was one of the coldest motherfuckers. But this motherfucker had about
absolutely
17 knockouts his whole entire career. His
one of the
entire
great.
career. So if he gets some defense and he start beating motherfuckers, he ain't got to knock them out. You can't beat him.
Right.
So that it's not about the knockouts. It's not about that, bro. I just think Dev need to get the fuck out of his own way and learn some defense. You know what I'm saying? Some decent feet. I still think that he could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? I do.
Yeah.
But these kids gotta get out their own way. They gotta understand these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you, right? And
Fact.
if you living off the fucking vapors of the hype that these kids giving you, you gonna fall, nigga. You gotta truly start believing in yourself. Your daddy
Absolutely.
there, your fucking father there, but guess what? Your father talking like that because he know you seek his validation.
Yeah.
At some point in life, you gotta say, fuck your validation, Dad. I'm me.
Eventually, though.
I'm my own man, right?
Eventually, I think it's gonna happen though. But I don't know
But I'm
when
not
it's
saying
gonna happen.
when I said that I got to go back a little bit because people gonna take it like I'm saying that Dev needs to say fuck Bill. I'm not
No,
saying
no,
that.
no. It'll
I'm not
never be
saying
that.
that.
It'll never be
I'm
that
not saying
between them.
that.
No,
I'm not
no, no,
saying
no.
that at all. What I'm
I don't take
saying
that as that.
what I'm saying is when I hear these interviews and things like that, you could tell like he's an adult, but it's almost like he still look at his dad like Superman. When we was kids, I thought my dad could fucking lift a house, nigga.
Shit, we all did.
And you could tell me shit different. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought my dad was in all be all. When I did shit, I said, "Look, Dad." He said, "Good job, son."
Well, yeah, for
That's seeking
sure.
that's seeking validation. When I got
Validation.
to a certain
Absolutely.
age, though, nigga, no, pops, what's good? I'm doing this. Oh, that's what's up. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like, all right, you know what I mean? That
Right. He
you
still
got
gonna tell
to
you
reach that
right and
point.
wrong
So
when you fuck up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know what I mean?
yeah. So like, I just think he need to reach that point and understand that in his heart of what he wants to do, he has to really be wholehearted. Fuck the bitches, fuck the clothes, fuck the fashion, fuck all that shit. If you really this sport that he's in ain't no half stepping.
No, hell, it ain't. But when you get because when you have step, shit, you lose.
You lose. Thank you.
Exactly.
You can't. Like when he came in the fucked up boxing shoe. That's half stepping, bro. You trying
Yeah.
to perform fashion doing a boxing match. This ain't a fucking runway. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
That's the mentality he has to get out of. And like I stand on it. If he can get his boxing skills together and be real sharp, and I don't give a fuck, he knock another motherfucker out ever. But if he can be sharp and get his head moving and some feet, there would be a fucking problem. But see, the only way you become a problem, you gotta be in this shit 100%. It ain't no have none of this shit. Ain't no showing up to the gym late. Like he said, I was showing up to the gym late. No, fuck no,
You can't do that. You can't do that in a sport of boxing. You can't do that.
That's why I made this statement when I be hearing these motherfuckers. This the hurt sport. Y'all won't be going to get hurt. Motherfucker, you want yourself to get out of there. You telling me you was going to the gym late.
That's what you signed up for. You know what I'm talking
Right.
about?
You telling me that you weren't taking this serious.
Exactly. Because if you start to focus,
when I didn't take baseball serious, bullshit not. My first official sport that I ever played in life was baseball, right?
mm-hmm.
When my dad saw I wasn't taking that shit, so you know what my dad said?
Like,
I
man,
ain't
you
paying
ain't
for
playing
that
this shit
shit.
because you
I
ain't
ain't
taking it
paying
seriously.
that shit no more. I'm not
Right.
paying for another fucking season. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. I get it.
100%.
For sure.
So you gotta make a choice. Do you love this shit or you don't?
Right.
Is this what you want to do or you don't?
Right.
And as a boxing analyst and as a boxing fan, I have to call it what it is. I just do. I like Dev, but the way he did that night, bro, I'm telling you, the expectancy he had to know off the rip coming off that year layoff was not because of Ryan. He chose the year. And then you said, then your dad come out and say 2 weeks prior, y'all got a secret weapon. A week before the fight, you announced it was fucking Sugar Shane Mosley. And then the night of the fight, none of that shit translated into what the fuck we saw.
Right, bro. Because I was like, I was kind of confused. What? Like, this was the game plan.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
So you know what I mean. So yeah,
That's all I'm saying, bro. So when Sugar Shane say that ain't the fuck we trained on, that ain't what the fuck his dad told. Like, okay, then I can't help but believe it, cause I can't watching Sugar Shane, bro. Sugar Shane been through some shit.
Oh, for sure.
I ain't never seen Sugar Shane run around the ring, bro, unless he was hurt.
Right.
Unless
Yeah, I never
like
knew
he
Shane
got
to run.
buzzed. If he got buzzed, he backed the fuck up. But other than that, I ain't never seen Sugar Shane fucking run around the ring.
Even through
I ain't never seen his
fights with Vernon
son.
Forrest.
I ain't never seen his son run around the ring, nigga.
Right. Even with the 2 fights with Vernon Forrest, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do that. You feel me?
So
Yeah. So
that's all I'm saying. And when I talk about Dale, trust me, it's all in good interest. If and like I say, I will always salute them because you know they gave me my first interview on her.
for sure,
All
absolutely.
that shit.
Man.
I will always salute that. But they gotta understand that some people going to just have to call it fair, and it's in good faith. Like as a person that care about the sport and they care about the sport, I got to care about the boxers. I hope they hear it and understand that there's a thing called good criticism. People can have faith in you, but also tell you that like what I'm seeing viewing on the outside looks bad. It just looks bad. You can't justify bad, bro.
I mean, absolutely, I agree, bro.
Just like the Tank thing, the Tank shit. I was already saying, hey, it's only a matter of time. They got him on his path. He gonna run into the wrong motherfucker.
And what happened?
He ran into the wrong motherfucker. And I've been saying it. There's no way, bro. I got you on this fucking path and you picking and fucking choosing, right? And think everybody just gonna be somebody you gonna stank. That's not how it go, bro.
At all.
And you know, as long as I've been had this channel, and when I remember I used to do boxing on this channel on Fridays, before and then I went to the other fucking channel, I've always said, goddamn me, at the end of the motherfucking day, Tank gonna have a problem, and like other boxers. And you know what that problem be? It's always a motherfucker that don't nobody know.
Facts.
It's always every boxer tend to run to something in history. It be a motherfucker that don't nobody know this son bitch. And goddamn it.
And he waiting on his turn. And he waiting on his opportunity.
You know what Leon Spinks is? Do you know what Leon Spinks is?
Oh, for sure.
He beat Ali.
Yeah.
Nobody knew him. Nobody knew him.
That's Michael Spinks' big brother.
There you go. So do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
It's always this why I tell you, when I watch boxing, bro, I watch this shit, bro. These niggas be on a path, and it's always be a dude, either they get beat by somebody they don't really know, or they get a fight of their life. You understand what I'm saying? Type shit, bro. That's just how it be. That's just how it be. Because you're not familiar with this
win it back from Leon, though? He won it back from Leon, too, right?
Yeah, he ran it right back and beat his ass, though.
He did. Yeah.
But the thing is, he wasn't familiar with him.
Right.
No way, he was under the radar. Nobody knew. You didn't know what he was
Nobody knew about him.
You didn't know nothing about him.
Right.
That's how it goes, bro. And I had been saying that shit. I said it with the Pitbull shit. Remember that whole week? I said he should fight Pitbull. Everybody said, who's Pitbull? I said he was on his undercard. I keep telling y'all to watch the undercards.
Right.
And guess what? Pitbull gave him a run for his fucking money. It was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time, bro. Like, people don't want to call shit. My problem with channels and podcasts, they don't want to call the shit down the fucking middle, bro.
Exactly, bro. That's all I'll be asking, bro.
They don't want to keep shit 100. And if you're a true fan, I feel like that the boxers should respect that. Like, I'm not shitting on you. I'm just calling what I see. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It ain't nothing wrong with calling what you see. Yeah. It ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a fanboy. This is not a fanboy channel. You know.
No, bro. I'm not, bro. Come on now. Shit. You know I ain't never called you none of that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a thorough ass cat. Like I just in every box that I like, and see, I want them to do good.
Yeah,
But how can a motherfucker do good if I'm elect myself to be a yes man to you?
exactly.
I don't have yes men around me. Now to tell you that, I can tell you now to call me about 4-5 times. Hey man, you tripping, bro?
Yeah, me
And
neither. I don't do the yes
I
man shit.
respect that, and I respect that. You understand what
You
I'm
know?
saying? I don't want
Oh,
no
for
yes
sure.
men around me, bro. I
Me neither.
don't,
Me neither, bro.
because that's how you fall. So that's all I'm
Exactly.
saying. I don't mean
I
on this
need.
rant, but I just want you
Yeah,
to
I got.
understand that, like when I talk about Dale, bro, it come
No,
from a
bro,
place of
bro.
love,
I
bro.
wasn't talking
Like,
slick, bro. I wasn't talking about you, bro. I wasn't talking about. You know what I'm saying?
but these other motherfuckers, like podcasts, and they just yes men, and they pick true sides, and y'all hating on Dev, and this and that third. That's what's hurting them. That's what's hurting them. All these channels that saying, man, Dev the truth. This and that. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if he was the truth. I'm gonna tell him he good. You know why I ain't gonna tell him he the truth? Because I don't want him to get comfortable.
Exactly.
And I say
Exactly.
that from a
I feel the
place of
same way.
love, bro. I don't want him to
Yeah.
get comfortable, bro. When you get comfortable, you lose.
Facts.
So when all these other channels be all that, nah, bro, it ain't this and the third. And I done had people say, why Bill don't come? I've never asked Bill to come over here. I'm be real. I've never
Right.
even texted him and said, hey, you want to come in? I've never done that, bro. My thing is that, you
Right.
know what I'm saying, that these other channels that kiss Bill ass, and it's not all of them. It's a couple. Like Coach Malachi, I love Coach Malachi. Hey, they have
Yeah.
real conversations, and I believe you're a
Yeah.
real
Too hella
nigga.
funny.
Another real nigga
Yeah.
gonna respect you, and y'all can have that dialogue. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Whether I agree, y'all disagree or not, you right? And I believe me and Bill can have the same dialogue. You feel me?
For
But
sure.
like, it's a tons of channels that are Devin channels, and they don't understand what they're doing if by Devin being young, and I know he listens to this shit because I be watching him quote certain shit on fucking Twitter. You get what I'm saying?
No, bro.
That
Believe me, he does.
yeah, that shit
Absolutely.
feed in his head. Like you can't do that, bro. I got daughters, bro. I do daughters. They learning cursive, bro. Beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful. No lie, beautiful. Okay. You know what I do though? That O right there, you could do it a little better.
Right. You
I
can
be
do a
like, but the
little
rest of it
bit.
real pretty. The rest of it
Yeah.
pretty, but that O could be a little better. I'm not
Right. You
gonna
can do
never
this a little
tell them
better.
that shit. I'm not gonna never tell them that
It's
shit is beautiful and awesome. I'm not.
right.
Because the minute I do
Right.
it, they gonna think they did good enough.
And that's it. And it ain't.
There you go. And when they get older, they gonna understand it. You always gotta push
Oh,
and strive to
absolutely.
be better than what you is. So that's what I mean. When I watch this sport, when I see motherfuckers and people feel like I'm just nitpicking, I'm fucking critiquing, I'm just this and that and third. Fuck no. It's because I actually love the fucking sport, bro. I like this
Yeah.
shit. I love this shit, bro. You know what I mean? It's the only sport where two men can be judged by three, but at the same motherfucking time, them judges don't fucking matter. The streets know.
Right.
You could win a fucking a fight, but if the streets don't agree with that shit, then you ain't win shit.
Nah, at all.
Boxing is the only sport on earth like that. You could win, be undisputed. And if we feel like, nigga, you did not win that fight, guess what? You did not win that fight. And 9 times out of 10, you gonna get that motherfucker a rematch.
The
Because you
majority,
know people is not
majority rule.
respecting you.
Right.
So that's all. That's why I wish for the sport, like not the sport, but other people be real enough to speak their mind, right? Because I feel like the podcast on YouTube, the podcast I listen to on Spotify and stuff, that shit is becoming commercialized because everybody just want the next big story. Everybody want to be good in with the interviews and things like that, and that's making you like the media. What makes boxing unique is the same thing that should make the boxing podcast unique.
But
It,
a lot of these fans ain't like you, bro. You know what I'm saying? They ain't real diehard fans, bro. They looking for that sponsor or you know what I'm saying, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? You keep your
you could
you
get
know what
them
I'm saying?
sponsors though, bro.
Know what I'm
It
saying though,
just it's
you
not
keep
what
it
you say, it's how
100.
you yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry, go
keep it
ahead.
100 across the board though. A
Yeah,
lot of these cats don't, bro.
yeah.
You
And,
know that.
and that's all you gotta do. Like I don't understand it, bro. Like, that's why they don't understand. Like I'll be watching some interviews and the boxers be snapping on the interviewer. You know why? Because they didn't watch you and they know you play sides. But
Exactly.
when they get in front of a Stephen A. or salute to my dude over at Najee on Cigar Talk, they respect
Oh,
him.
y'all mess with Najee.
Yeah, they respect him. They
Yeah.
respect him as an interviewer, bro. My dude on
Yeah,
the
you know why? Because there ain't no
Dancing
biasness over
Project,
there, bro.
they
Right.
respect him. They all respect them
Right.
people because they
Right.
keep it fair across the board, bro. You can have your fucking opinion, right? But when
We
you get
all
from
got
my
our
face, I'm gonna
opinion, though.
ask
You know
you,
what I'm saying?
right?
Right.
But the thing is, people don't understand what an opinion is. I can have a fucking opinion, fam, right? But when you get from my, like right now, I can opinion like, man, I don't know if Chappelle read about the business, but I hope he do great in this fight, but blah 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 blah. And then I get an interview with you, right?
Yeah.
Right, and you done heard my opinion, and you get on here. The fakest thing I do is not ask you about my opinion. I'm gonna ask you, hey man, you really think you can get Shakur up the fuck up out of there? And you be like, fuck yeah, I heard what you said. All right, you heard what I said. What makes you think you can get Shakur the fuck up out of there?
Right.
That's all it takes, bro. But if you gonna throw rocks and hide your fucking hand, how the fuck can that motherfucker respect that?
You can't.
Exactly. That's the difference, and it's not hard.
At all.
It's not hard, bro. Like, men respect men, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I know I'm on a tangent, but I just, I don't know.
Like you say, bro, this generation, bro, it ain't the same like we was coming up, bro. It ain't on a whole lot
Yeah,
of levels,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
You feel
man.
me? It
Yeah,
ain't.
it ain't, bro. It ain't. D's, my bad. I know we supposed to start this, man. You there?
Don't you ever apologise on your own show for doing your own segment. That just doesn't
Y'all
make
crazy,
sense,
man.
you know.